Anton Chekhov, the master of short stories, believed life is too complex to be explained simply. Yet, through his tales, he revealed truths about human nature, greed, love, and wisdom. Today, we'll explore 4 of his most powerful stories, each with a lesson that still matters in our modern lives. Let's start with the bet. There were 2 guys, a rich banker and a young lawyer. They were arguing one day, and the banker said something like, "You lawyers talk a lot about justice and stuff, but actually you don't know what it means." Then he said, "You know what? I bet you $2 million that you go and live in jail for 15 years. The young lawyer got really interested. He thought about it for a bit, and then he said, "I accept your bet." So the banker put him in jail for 15 years, and he spent his days reading books and being completely silent. No talking to anyone, not even the guards. For 15 years, he did this, only reading and thinking in silence. After a while, the lawyer started to realize that being free to talk to people and do whatever you want isn't as fun as he thought it would be. He got used to his quiet life in jail. When the 15 years were finally over, he walked out of the prison gates and met the banker. The banker was expecting the lawyer to be really happy to see him and take the $2 million check. But instead, the lawyer looked kind of sad and told the banker he didn't want the money. The banker was confused and asked why after 15 years of hard work, the lawyer didn't want the reward. And the lawyer answered, "Because freedom is more valuable than any amount of money. Being able to talk to people and express yourself is more important than anything else." After that, the lawyer went away and everyone wondered what he was thinking. Some people said he probably realized that money and power aren't worth it. Others said he probably figured out that life is too short to waste on stupid arguments with rich bankers. Anyway, that's what happened in the bet. The lawyer chose to be free rather than rich, which shows us that sometimes we need to choose what's really important in life. Sure, money is nice, but freedom and happiness are even better. Now let's move on to another story, the death of a clerk. There was a government office where everyone was afraid of the boss. One day, the boss came in and sat down close to a clerk, and the clerk sneezed a couple of times. He felt bad because he knew the boss hated it when people sneezed near him. The clerk thought the boss would get mad at him, so he started begging for forgiveness like a little kid. And even though the boss didn't say anything, the clerk kept apologizing. He was so scared he thought he might die. Every time he felt like he couldn't breathe, he thought it was the end, and he started crying and begging for mercy. And sadly, he actually did die from all the stress. When people heard about this, some thought the boss was mean because he scared the clerk so much that he died. But others said it was the clerk's fault for being such a coward. Anyway, in The Death of a Clerk, Chekhov teaches us that being too afraid of other people can make us forget how to live. Sometimes our worries can become so big that they hurt us physically, like when someone makes you feel so bad about yourself that you start believing it, even if it's not true. So we have to remember that although it's okay to be afraid, it's not healthy to let that fear control us. Let's keep going with misery. This story is a bit different from the last one because it asks about a poor cab driver in Russia. One day he found out that his son, who he hadn't seen for a long time, had died. He was sad, but no one around him seemed to care. His wife and daughter didn't comfort him, and the other cab drivers didn't talk to him. They thought he was crazy and making up stories. Nobody wanted to listen to him. They just said, "Oh, shut up. You're just making things up." Even the horse he was driving didn't seem to care. The driver was so sad and lonely that he whispered his feelings to the horse. "Oh, you don't understand, my friend. You don't know what it's like to lose your son." Later, when he went home, his wife just asked if he had any news about his son. She didn't try to hug or comfort him. She just wanted to hear more details about her dead son. The driver was very disappointed because he thought she should have known how he felt without him even saying anything. He wished he could find someone who understood his sadness. In this story, Chekhov tells us that feeling lonely and having no one to share your sadness with can be the worst part of life. Sometimes when we're really upset, we just want someone to listen to us, even if they can't fix the problem. And that's what happened with the driver. Losing his son was already painful, but not being able to share that pain with anyone made it even worse. And finally, let's talk about the lady with the dog. Once upon a time, a man named Dmitri met a woman named Anna. He was known for having a lot of casual romantic relationships with women, but after he met Anna, he started to feel something new. He was head over heels in love with her. In fact, he loved her more than his own life. Anna felt the same way about Dmitri. They started living together in secret, and even though they were really happy, they knew their families wouldn't approve of them being together. Dmitri was engaged to marry a different woman, and Anna was married to a guy named Gurov. Both men were complete jerks and didn't treat their girlfriends well. One day, Dmitri and Anna decided to secretly spend some time together. Dmitri sent a message to Anna telling her he would come to Yalta, but when he arrived, he found out that she wasn't there. Instead, he met an old friend of his named Sergei, who was also having a secret romantic relationship with a woman. This made Dmitri feel kind of uncomfortable. He left Yalta and returned to his regular life. A few weeks later, Anna showed up in Dmitri's city, and they started dating officially. However, they were still hiding their relationship from everyone. Anna's husband Gurov treated her badly, often hit her and didn't care about her feelings. Dmitri tried to help her and make her feel better by giving her expensive gifts. At first, Anna was really grateful for his kindness. But as time passed, their secret relationship became more difficult. Anna started to feel guilty and ashamed for cheating on her husband. She even began to hate herself. One night, Dmitri tried to convince Anna to run away with him and leave their partners behind. But Anna refused, saying that even though she loved Dmitri, she couldn't leave her husband. In the end, Dmitri had to return to his old life. He continued seeing other women, and Anna went back to her husband. Their secret love affair was over. After some time, Anna's husband, Gurov, decided to get a divorce. He didn't want to get back together with her. He was tired of her and no longer loved her. As you can see in this story, love can be confusing. Sometimes we meet someone and feel like they're perfect for us, but we can't be with them because of our past or the people around us. Love isn't always easy, and even when it hurts, we still have to be honest with ourselves about how we feel. That's what Dmitri and Anna did, and even though they faced problems, they learned something important about themselves and their feelings. So those are 4 stories from Anton Chekhov that teach us about life, love, and being human. Remember, life isn't easy, and sometimes we have to make tough choices. But even when things are hard, we should be kind to each other and remember that being alive is the most amazing thing ever. If you liked this video and want to learn from other amazing stories, click here. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.